Herschel damn Walker. Let me put it this way, lying as Herschel Walker. Let me give you the recap first. I be damned. Here it is. A woman and Walker conceived a child while they were dating in 2009. He urged her to get an abortion. The woman said she had the procedure and that Walker reimbursed her for it with a $575 receipt from the abortion clinic, a get well card from Walker, and a bank deposit receipt that included an image of a signed $700 personal check from Walker. The front of that card features a drawing of a steaming cup of tea and reads, "Rest, relax." The message continues on the inside of the card, "Recover." Okay, it's clear that this is Herschel Walker's signature, verified by his own son. And remember, this is only an issue because Herschel Walker is a hypocrite. He says he's pro-life. He's anti a woman's right to choose. As a matter of fact, Herschel Walker is so extreme with his position. He believes even if a child is sexually assaulted and gets pregnant from that assault, that child, 10 years old, 11 years old, it doesn't matter to Herschel Walker, that child should have that fetus birthed into a baby. And yes, I believe the woman is telling the truth when she said he paid for an abortion. I'm not the only one who believes it, all right? His son believes it. There are many who do, and the truth is many Republicans believe it. They don't give a damn. They're gonna still vote for him. Why? Because he carries their water, okay? That's why. Let's go ahead and go to, I guess this is a denial, right? On Sean Hannity's show.
First question, do you know the woman that is making this allegation?
I have no idea, but it is a flat out lie. And now you know how important this seat is. This seat is very important, that they'll do anything to win this seat, lie, because they want to make it about everything else except what the true problems that we have in this country is.
Okay. Christian Walker, his son, all right? We featured Christian Walker. Listen, the man is a Karen, okay? And Herschel Walker knows he raised a Karen or didn't raise a Karen. Because according to Christian, he was an absentee father. Something, by the way, once again, Herschel Walker said, the problem in America, black fathers not being in the household. Talking about yourself, Herschel. Speak for yourself, sir. Here's what he said. Christian Walker posted, you have 4 kids that we know of. Damn. And you weren't in the house raising one of them. You were out cheating and lying. If you loved your kids, you'd be raising them instead of running for a Senate race to boost your ego. Oh, I got more. This was Herschel Walker's general response to that. Herschel decides to post, I love my son no matter what, okay? That's what he said. I love my son no matter what. Christian Walker, every family member of Herschel Walker asked him not to run for office because we all knew some of his past. Some of, meaning they found out some new things while he was running. Every single one. He decided to give us the middle finger and air out all of his dirty laundry in public while simultaneously lying about it. Christian Walker goes on to say, I know my mom, and I would really appreciate it if my father, Herschel Walker, stopped lying and making a mockery of us. You're not a family man when you left us to bang a bunch of women, threatened to kill us, and had us move over 6 times in 6 months running from your violence. There's another one. It says, I don't care about someone who has a bad past and takes accountability. But how dare you lie and act as though you're some moral, Christian, upright man. You've lived a life of destroying other people's lives. How dare you? Now, that's a hell of an October surprise for you, okay? Now, I'm not a fan of Christian Walker. I've heard his commentary. I've heard how he opposes policies that I believe in. That's fine, he has the right to do that. This is an interesting dynamic connected to his father. Because everything he's saying, we already knew. Everything Christian Walker is saying, we already knew. We knew Herschel Walker was lying. We know that he is not an honest person. We know that he has failed to acknowledge his own problematic past. All right, but there's, this. Here it is.
You have no idea what me and my mom have survived. We could have ended this on day one. We haven't. I haven't told any stories. I'm just saying, don't lie. Don't lie on my mom. Don't lie on me. Don't lie on the lives you've destroyed and act like you're some moral family man. Y'all should care about that, conservatives. And then for people on the left to act as though I'm responsible for all of the things that he has done. I've talked about Father Epps. I've talked all these issues because they've been close to me, because they matter to me, because I went through it. That's why I've talked about it. So when you say, well, talk about your dad, but I'm saying this behavior is atrocious. Don't come for me. You don't have to like my politics. You don't have to like me. You don't have to. I'm just saying I'm done with the lies.
Well, good for you. I mean, I guess you think you deserve a hero cookie for being done with lies. Okay, Herschel Walker, he decided to hold a prayer breakfast in honor of white Jesus. And this is it. A banner for Herschel Walker's prayer luncheon that Walker held after the news broke, claiming he paid a girlfriend to get an abortion. Herschel Walker prayer luncheon, welcome. Obviously white Jesus covers a multitude of sins. You see that other picture, you see this? This says, Herschel Walker held a campaign prayer meeting after news broke that he paid for an abortion. What are they doing? They're laying their hands on Herschel Walker. Now listen, I don't know what you think this is going to do for the man, okay? I don't know if you think this is going to transform him or somehow you feel sorry for him. And is he persecuted like Jesus? Is that what you're saying? These are all lies. The man has failed to acknowledge the reality of his own mistakes. Here's the reality I want to express upon everybody. We're all human. We all make mistakes. But when a person fails to acknowledge their errors, it is an indication they have failed to learn from them. A.B, thoughts here?
Well, I'm glad they laid hands on him. I wish they would have been a different kind of hands, because I'm about sick of baby daddy Herschel and
baby daddy.
him and his son FOS at this point. It's just so funny how I don't even call him pro-life no more. You're anti-choice. You don't want a woman to choose what she does with her body. You don't want a woman to be able to choose that she don't want to deal with you for the rest of her life because you're raggedy. Let's start there. This is a problem when you have people who have no type of background in politics, no type of background in policy, running for these important seats. They just come out here and tell you whatever stories you want to hear. I will be so glad when we stop treating our government positions like they are auditions for Love and Hip Hop. Because these are people's lives that we are dealing with, right? We need people who actually know what they're doing, who have some sense about themselves, right? And some class about themselves. Day after day, week after week, we see how raggedy Herschel is. Now, I don't know if it's all them football hits he took back in the day, but he is not suitable to be a senator. And I hope to God that he don't win that seat.
Yeah, well, he was like that back before he played football.